one single press, the giant log screams, splitting into pieces. The wood splitter charges into battle. No mercy, no pause. Each plank shoots out like a bullet. This is the arena of steel and pressure. Welcome to the world of Wood Channel. The Spalt Fix S40 operates steadily, its conveyor slowly pushing each rough log up toward the sharp saw blade. Every movement is precisely controlled, ensuring the wood is positioned perfectly for a clean, swift cut. The faint roar of the saw blade rises as it contacts the log, splitting the timber decisively and powerfully. The conveyor never stops, maintaining a steady rhythm that keeps the wood splitting process smooth and continuous. Each log is carefully prepared and gently moved, reflecting the perfect harmony between man and machine in wood processing. Lasco LA Split D1-10, a steel arm and a conical wedge made to tear giants apart. Mounted on a heavy-duty hydraulic arm, the Lasco LA Split D1-10 cone splitter spins with brutal power. The hardened steel cone, thick, sharp, and relentless, slowly presses down into a log up to 60 centimeters in diameter. These are massive trunks, the kind that demand respect. No conveyor, no base, just steel and torque. The arm lowers precisely, the cone bites into the log and starts to spiral inward. You hear the crack, fibers ripping apart, as if the wood is being split from the inside out. In moments, the log fractures, halved, then quartered, cleanly and completely. The Lasco D1-10 doesn't rush. It doesn't hesitate. It simply rips through giant logs like it was made for titans. The firewood processor roars to life, the engine growling like a beast in the forest. A large, rugged, and heavy red oak log is neatly placed on the conveyor bed. The conveyor slowly pushes the log toward the sharp steel splitting blade, preparing for the timber split. The blade begins to lower, pressing firmly against the log, producing the characteristic cracking sound echoing through the air. The tough red oak log gradually splits into two even halves under the steel's pressure, cracks spreading like a spider web until the log fully separates. The evenly split pieces drop onto the collection bed, ready for the next stage. The splitter operates powerfully, precisely, and tirelessly, demonstrating superior strength when handling hardwood like red oak. Powered by the relentless force of the Binder-Berger Gigant 30Z and IHC 433, the man at the head of the machine carefully feeds each log into place. He presses the activation button, and instantly the machine pushes forcefully, tearing the large logs into multiple smaller pieces. Another worker swiftly gathers the freshly split wood, clearing the space for the next log. This cycle repeats tirelessly, a seamless rhythm of human and machine working in harmony. Multitech 2040, the uncompromising firewood processor. With a thunderous growl, the Multitech 2040 launches into action with near-flawless precision. From the moment the hydraulic arm seizes the log with raw power, to the instant the high-speed circular saw slices it clean, it's a choreography of steel and force. There's no hesitation. The log is split swiftly and driven into the wedge system, where hardened steel blades come crashing down without mercy. The sound of cracking wood echoes like thunder in a forge. Split firewood flies out in perfect form, uniform, sharp, and ready for the truck bed. The Multitech 2040 isn't just a machine. It's the embodiment of industrial power, strong, fast, and relentless. The massive log is gradually pushed toward the sharp splitting blade, which slowly sinks in and tears through the wood fibers relentlessly, shredding the log into splinters without mercy. In the middle of a wide-open log yard, the Easton-made 48C wood splitter stands firm, fixed in place like a central processing station. Though immobile, inside this rugged frame lies a powerful hydraulic system running at full industrial strength. Seated in a compact operator station, a man calmly oversees the entire process with just a few lever pulls and button presses. One by one, large logs are advanced into the cutting section. The high-powered saw blade drops with lightning speed, slicing each log into segments. Immediately, the wood chunks are forced into a multi-way splitting wedge, where immense pressure splits them cleanly into uniform firewood pieces within seconds. But the system doesn't stop there. An automated outfeed conveyor lifts the finished wood pieces and transports them to the rear of the machine, stacking them steadily into a growing mountain of firewood. Log after log, the pile rises, a visible measure of the machine's relentless pace and productivity. The Easton-made 48C isn't just a splitter. It's a dependable powerhouse that transforms tough manual labor into a fully mechanized, efficient operation. The WJ hydraulic log splitter is a compact yet powerful machine, driven by a modern electric motor that delivers smooth, consistent hydraulic force. Each log is positioned neatly into the splitting tray, awaiting the descent of a sharpened steel wedge from above. Once engaged, the splitting blade lowers decisively, pressing the entire log into the wedge. The crisp cracking sound of wood breaking fills the air as the log splits instantly into 2 or more pieces, depending on the wedge configuration. Then, the blade automatically rises, resetting for the next log. This repetitive cycle of lowering, splitting, and lifting continues rapidly and efficiently, handling the entire wood pile with speed and precision. Thanks to its reliable hydraulic system and durable electric motor, the WJ processes timber smoothly and effortlessly. Unlike louder gas-powered systems, WJ runs with a deep, on a ground covered in pristine white snow, the Dallin 2054 firewood processor works tirelessly. The circular saw spins like a giant axe, powerfully splitting large logs in half with precision. The halved logs are swiftly pushed onto the conveyor platform, where a worker arranges them neatly for the next stage. However, for logs that are too big and heavy, the operator must hold them back, breaking them down into smaller sections so the machine can handle them more easily. The splitter blade is sharp and forceful but cannot split multiple small pieces at once. Each piece is carefully formed to ensure quality and safety. In a small lumber yard bathed in the warm morning sunlight, the high-performance homemade log splitter is running at full capacity. The machine is carefully built with a sturdy steel frame, a rotating shaft, and sharp blades. Large logs are placed sequentially on the support bed and gradually pushed forcefully into the spinning blades. The blades spin rapidly, slicing through each log powerfully and decisively. With every cut, the logs split into neat, evenly sized pieces, with chips scattered gently without chaotic bursts. The sound of the motor blends with the rhythmic clanking of mechanical parts, creating a distinct technical symphony. Around the yard, workers diligently operate the machine and prepare firewood for upcoming days, taking advantage of the gentle sunlight. The atmosphere is peaceful yet full of life and efficiency, reflecting a traditional small yard with a modern edge. Its engine hums to life, exhaling thick white plumes that mix with the morning fog. A log of frozen pine, dense and cold as stone, rests in position under the steel wedge. The operator, bundled against the cold, reaches for the control lever. Boom! The first strike of the hardened wedge. The frozen grain of the wood resists for a moment, then splits with a sharp crack, like ice breaking on a frozen lake. Two halves fall into the snow, sending a mist of white powder and wood chips into the air. The The machine doesn't rest. One log after another is fed in. The hydraulic arm drives downward, again and again. Crack, crack, crack. A relentless rhythm. The heartbeat of a machine born to conquer timber in the harshest of seasons. No music plays here. Only the sound of diesel, the grind of metal, and the snapping of frozen wood echoing through the skeletal forest. In this brutal cold, the SMF-9T is a symbol of power, endurance, and precision, unshaken, unyielding. A compact machine, carrying the strength of an entire forest. On screen, the 15-ton hydraulic wood splitter and chipper begins its work, quiet, deliberate, and unshakably powerful. Each hardwood log is gripped tightly by the steel claws. Then, with just a smooth stroke, the hydraulic wedge applies up to 15 tons of pressure. The log cracks open, split into halves, then quarters, with surgical precision. Each chunk drops neatly to the ground, ready for use. But the job doesn't stop there. Next, the chipper unit, reback, activates. Larger wood pieces are pulled into the spinning drum, where razor-sharp blades reduce them into chips or sawdust, perfect for fuel, compost, or pellet production. Every motion is clean, efficient. One operator is all it takes, yet the machine replaces the effort of an entire crew. Small in size, but mighty in impact. A true ally for forestry work, farm operations, or anyone seeking smart, efficient wood processing. From raw timber to ready material, the transformation happens in minutes. This is more than a splitter, it's a compact production line, a symbol of modern labor. Under the bright industrial yard sunlight, the Beaver Equipment 1200mm firewood processor is operating with tremendous force. With its heavy-duty build and integrated cutting and splitting system, this machine is a true mechanical beast built to handle massive logs with speed and precision. Long logs are loaded onto the conveyor bed, where a firm gripping mechanism holds them in place and pushes them directly toward the massive 1200mm circular saw blade. The blade spins at high speed, screaming through the wood, slicing each log. This homemade wood splitter may look crude and rustic, but it holds a power far beyond its appearance. Equipped with a system of 24 sharp wedge blades, the device can split large logs into multiple smaller pieces in a single strike. Each wedge is strategically positioned to evenly distribute the pressure when pushing the wood toward the cutting blades, ensuring the logs are split cleanly, precisely, and quickly. The pushing force, whether hydraulic or mechanical depending on the design, is directly applied to the wedges, generating tremendous pressure capable of breaking even the thickest and toughest logs. Despite lacking a sleek appearance or complex technology, this machine demonstrates the strength of simplicity and mechanical efficiency in wood splitting. It saves time and effort while significantly boosting productivity. Sheaf HR02, a 1.5-ton mini-machine with the spinning power of steel. Compact but far from weak, the 1.5-ton Sheaf HR02 mini excavator is fitted with a steel cone splitter, a deceptively simple tool with immense power. As the mechanical arm extends, the cone spins rapidly like a vortex, boring deep into solid logs. The cone splitter doesn't need brute force. Rotation alone is enough to crack the log wide open. Whether it's fresh cut or aged wood, the HR02 handles it cleanly and precisely. In forest clearings or tight work sites, this mini excavator moves with ease, performing clean and decisive splits. The combination of compact form and powerful spinning tech makes the Sheaf HR02 an ideal choice for semi-professional wood processing, especially in limited or rugged terrain. The Dallin 2054 operates relentlessly, like a steel warrior tirelessly processing wood. The man standing beside the machine firmly lowers the control lever with decisive force, each saw stroke slicing deep into the log with absolute precision, no sign of error or deviation. As soon as the saw blade finishes its task, the sharp splitting blade quickly follows through, delivering a powerful steel punch that divides the thick log into evenly sized firewood pieces measured down to the millimeter. The sharp clash of steel against wood echoes rhythmically, creating a unique symphony where machine and human strength blend seamlessly. Each perfectly split piece is immediately pushed onto the conveyor and quickly arranged by the worker, preparing for the next transport journey. Everything operates like a perfectly synchronized machine, from the craftsman's hands to the smallest details of the machine, combining power, technique, and flawless harmony. the dense, fog-laden air, the Holspalter Extreme ADT Druck operates tirelessly, radiating a quiet yet formidable power. No matter how large and unwieldy the logs before it may be, the machine remains unfazed. The extremely strong hydraulic system gradually pushes each massive log toward the splitting blade. The movement is slow but resolute and relentless, as if the machine is daring to overcome every obstacle posed by the tough material. The cold, damp atmosphere intensifies the sense of determination, creating a rare and fierce scene in the wood processing operation. The machine's sharp, splitting blade, like a razor-sharp steel knife, strikes into the log with tremendous force. The metallic clash against the wood echoes sharply, each split cutting deep into the heart of the tree. Huge logs are systematically cleaved into neat, uniform pieces, perfectly prepared for the next stages of processing. The Holspalter Extreme ADT Druck is more than just a machine. It stands as a symbol of strength and endurance in the wood industry. At an outdoor lumber yard, the Samakvalov log splitter operates steadily and powerfully. The machine's robust design, painted in deep blue, features a sharp steel splitting wedge. Large logs are placed on the support bed and slowly pushed forward by the hydraulic ram. As the log contacts the blade, the hydraulic pressure kicks in quickly, and the sharp wedge slices decisively, splitting the log into neat, manageable pieces. Wood chips scatter gently, creating a fine dust cloud around the machine. The motor runs smoothly, blending with the ripping sounds of the wood, producing the characteristic lively noise of a professional hydraulic splitting line. The operator stands nearby, skillfully controlling the lever with focus and precision. SplitX 450, 5T Yanmar, fiery red power with a sharp hydraulic arm. The SplitX 450, painted in striking red, stands like a warrior amidst the woodpile. Its powerful, agile hydraulic arm is equipped with a razor-sharp splitting blade, ready to deliver precise, decisive cuts. The operator smoothly maneuvers the arm, placing each log on a sturdy platform. The splitter blade swiftly descends, pressing forcefully into the rough trunk, the sound of cracking wood echoing through the air. Running quietly yet powerfully, the 5-ton hydraulic system combines strength and precision, transforming large, tough logs into neatly squared firewood pieces, ready for any use. The two-tier wood splitter stands silently at the edge of the log yard, rugged, raw, and undeniably powerful. There's no advanced automation here, no modern operator cab, just pure mechanical force, ready to break down any log that comes its way. A man steps forward, carrying a heavy log in both hands. He places it onto the steel push bed, then steps back and grips the manual control lever. With one decisive pull, a hydraulic ram, like a steel fist, shoots forward, slamming the log directly into the waiting splitting blade. In an instant, the log is torn apart, split cleanly into multiple pieces. The cracking of wood rings out sharply, while the fragments fall neatly within the machine's steel frame. No need for high-speed motors, just a single, forceful stroke. Brutal, precise, and effective. This two-level splitter, though simple in design, stands as a testament to raw mechanical strength where man and metal work in perfect sync, turning solid timber into firewood with sheer force. At a corner of the lumber yard, the Milan uses log splitter with its conical rotating tip is running powerfully. The steel cone spins continuously at a steady speed, generating a strong twisting force that splits the wood. Two men work closely together, pushing the log firmly into the sharp spinning cone. As the log contacts the cone, the twisting force penetrates deep into the grain. Cracks begin to spread along the wood, and the log splits decisively, breaking into clear sections. The screech of steel against wood rings out, mixed with the strong effort of the men pushing hard. The 720p footage captures every turn of the cone and the smooth coordination between the two operators, showcasing a log-splitting process that is both efficient and powered by raw, traditional mechanical force.